And we're back with more action from Rome here at the Italian Open 2025. We are now in round 3, and well, I think we could have waited only as long before showing what is perceived to be as the best deck after winning YCS Rally, which is Fiendsmith Ryzeal. And what a force to be reckoned. It took the event by storm. Although there has been some debate whether the just pure Ryzeal version is superior, I think this version of the deck just has so much going for it, and representing it will be Pietro. On the other end, though, we have again a familiar face that we have featured in the past at the Italian National Championship, and that is Filippo. He is using quite an interesting deck. Again, going back to what Alberto likes, a lot of trap cards, as he's using a Labrynth deck with a lot of spice, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing. I don't know where to look, honestly, because he plays. Yeah, he plays Kashtira cards as well. He plays Lava Golems. He plays, I don't know, 20 trap cards, I think, at least. And some green as well. So
yes, just a spark. But yeah, it's essentially a Kashtira Labrynth deck, something quite interesting that I don't really remember seeing in the past. So it's something that Filippo has tried to bring for the event, working out up until now. They're both undefeated. And so there will be an interesting clash between, again, what is perceived to be the most represented deck. And for a reason, I think we can expect Filippo to be confident against it. Probably brought this deck thinking that he has a good matchup against it. But let's see whether theory and practice align, as Filippo should try to, walk the walk. But our players are ready, so let's find out who will be the winner of game 1. And here they are. Important roll, average from Filippo. And Pietro, overcomes it. So we'll finally get to see some Ryzeal cards in action. And this is the deck that, as I've mentioned previously, a lot of players have been comparing to Zodiac. Mostly thanks to Detonator being, the Trident 2.0, we could say. And we do see a great start here with the Bonfire. I think it's definitely a very, very good deck. But it's always down to the question, when everybody is expecting you to be playing this deck, is it enough of a strong deck to be facing against all the 8? And I think we'll discover that pretty soon. I don't think there are any end traps. Probably only impermanence, I think, in the deck from Filippo. So Pietro can play pretty much uninterrupted. I mean, for anyone who has missed, YCS Rally action, I would expect most people to be familiar with the deck. But essentially, the interruptions are usually held for the Duo Drive. In this case, though, when you are playing both engines, as you can see here, Exit on Night, funny enough, is, this bridge between these two engines, where before locking yourself into rank 4s, you can just go and do a Fiendsmith combo.
Which I think makes a lot of sense, especially because the deck, on one hand, is incredibly consistent, and on the other side, also, you have a lot of different plays with Ryzeal cards. And here, basically, we're just saying this only with the Bonfire. Let's just keep this in mind. So only with one card.
Yeah. It's a lot of recursion, and obviously when you play a deck like Labrynth, it's tougher to set up interruptions, especially when you don't know that you're up against Labrynth. But okay, we actually go for the Caesar line. That's interesting. And funnily enough, Caesar is really annoying for Labrynth. Like, if you don't have a way to negate it, getting, you know, the ability to negate your trap cards can be quite annoying, but yeah.
And here what I'm seeing in Pietro's list, because when playing Ryzeal plus the Fiendsmith, sometimes you cut on some cards on the Ryzeal package, but it's still playing the field spell, which I think to me is very important. And I've also seen players cutting it out, which might be risky, honestly. And you also playing the one node, which we usually see it in the pure version, not sometimes in the Fiendsmith version, but he may have his sense.
And yeah, as we were expecting, this is going pretty much uninterrupted from Filippo's side, which means that we can just push further, setting up the duo into the detonator, possibly. Okay, and yeah, here comes detonator. And we get, again, one of these decks that can grind it out really well by using the field spell to recycle your resources and get additional draws, which can be very annoying for Labrynth, actually. Especially in the side deck where you have cards like Cosmic Cyclone that you can just 1-for-1 with. Now Pietro still continuing getting one of these tracked. He has set up the Lacrima, so he has access to this Fiendsmith in Paradise. Which, as we have seen previously in round 1, is quite effective against the Kashtira that Filippo is touching in. Yep. And this is it. This is some of what you could, you know, expect. Usually you see a duo in there, but...
Lava Golem? Yes.
Wow! Here comes one of those Lava Golems that Filippo is using. Great, great way to start things off here. That's really good.
Yeah, the best one, honestly, to start things off with. Let's see if he also has a Kashtira card, and he has. Wow. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, unfortunately for him is the planet which allows Pietro to use the Paradise afterwards to set it up. Since he didn't, he could have been punished by the Ardron Kashtiras, but I mean, this works out. And I think this is exactly what we're seeing here. As the information is revealed, Pietro can set up the Lacrima into the Paradise. Which I would have liked to see, probably, at least after the Lava Golem. Because you can expect it to be a deck such as Kashtira or, you know...
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, you just do it immediately and just prevent anything happening, no? So, yeah.
Yeah, so now let's see whether Filippo is even interested in just special summoning this Kashtira. He does go for Unicorn. And yeah, Pedro is having a little bit of a spot. Desaparecido. And yeah, here comes the Paradise as expected. Let's see whether Filippo bluffed it out and has a second Kashtira in hand. Very tense moment. We could just see a lot of face downs. And yeah, it does make sense to me, as I was saying. Like, there were no reason for Filippo to special summon if he didn't have another one. And now he's entering battle phase, using the effect to get rid of the Lacrima, and then use the additional attack boost from the field spell to attack over Lava Golem as well. So very well executioned, and now we do set some trap cards to stay in this game. Filippo definitely putting an effort to break this field. And now the pressure is on Pietro to fight back. He starts things off by taking a draw. Makes a lot of sense. We did mention that the field spell is one of the most annoying cards to deal with for Labrynth. Because the beauty of this deck is that I think he's still holding at least 4 cards in hand, something like that.
Oh yeah, but I think the consistency of the deck is incredible, and the field spell alone I think does so much, and it's very difficult to play against it. And
yeah, and also the Fiendsmith are there, so it's a lot of different engines, and yeah, and now he attempted to use the Requiem, but obviously Filippo is not falling for it, and does use the Fenrir to get rid of this Engraver. Which again proves to the point where Kashtira cards still keep on being extremely good.
I'm wondering what Pietro's card may be, because it's you know, maybe it's the Metal Tronus, because like it's not an impermanence, like no way it's an impermanence. Maybe the Metal Tronus, which has you know, I don't really see like something else, honestly.
Yeah, or just the tractor research, I guess, but for now we are accessing the Ryzeals once again, and it's down to Filippo. I mean, at the moment also there is no way for Pietro to tell that he's up against a Labrynth deck. It could totally be just a Kashtira deck that has drawn into, you know, some impermanences, although you would use it against ice most likely, having multiple. And okay, this gives a bit more information using the Dogmatica Punishment, still one of the most powerful normal trap cards, allowing you to 2-for-1 easily, and has a lot of versatility, sending different targets from the extra deck if you wanna draw a card, or thanks to the Garura, or if you wanna just destroy yet another card with the Antis, which is the case here.
And he gets rid of 2 of them.
Yep.
Yes.
Both are gone, which technically still a 1-for-1, because obviously the ice brought the other Ryzeal. And yeah. We still push with the sword, and there is a Solemn Strike face down from Filippo.
Not bad.
I think we still know the tract, if I'm not mistaken, from last, because I think he activated the Engraver at the very end, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh yeah, because he's at the very end of the combo, right?
Yeah, I thought so. So maybe that's one of the other lines with which Pietro can try to push forward. And yeah, I was expecting it to be the face down, yeah. So we have normaled. And yeah, it's the... Is it Engraver?
Yeah, I think
it's Engraver, yeah, the Larry.
Yeah. Yeah, he drew into it.
So gets another Engraver, still plays a second copy of Tract if he wants, but he's only using 1 Requiem, which is a bit of an issue at the moment. Obviously the extra deck is very tight for a deck like this. But no, did he pass? Yeah.
Did he? Yeah.
Just passed on this lurry, and maybe he didn't realize about again the Requiem and the restrictions that he had, and yeah, Filippo just free to do whatever he wants. Goes and activate this Ferrier, searching for a Unicorn, I think the only other target in deck. Still doesn't mean that he has all that much going for him, to be fair. I think he might just enter battle phase. Yeah, get rid of the field spell and the Lurry. Again, taking it really slow. Unfortunately, has not accessed the Labrynth cards yet. But, I mean, you can also play the, you know, kind of slowly. Just a bit odd that this pact was activated.
You know, I think maybe the Solemn Strike would have been activated on the Sword effect, not on the Summon. Just because if it's Summon, then you cannot special summon anything else, you know?
Possibly, but it looked at... I mean, in that case, though, I still even more, why would you track, I guess, but... I think it might have been a case of also forgetting maybe about this Requiem not being there, but, I mean, we'll figure it out. As now we can recycle a little bit more, but we still have the same issue as in the previous turn. Because if we go and activate effects without dealing with the Ferrier, then we can lose even additional resources. And an Engraver is already gone.
And you can tell Pietro is thinking about it, especially because he has to lose a lot of resources. And, I mean, funnily enough, Filippo didn't do much, like...
no, exactly, it's just a chill guy.
Yeah. He's just sitting on this Fenrir, which has been causing a lot of damages.
Yeah, and we are back to square one. Same situation as in the previous turn, and yeah, again, same thing. Second Engraver is gone. Only one remain. Do we have more Ryzeal cards to push?
Oh, I passed.
No. Wow.
Did he?
Did he really?
Yeah.
He did. Just passed again. So, yeah. Bit of interesting resource management here by Pietro, I guess. But Filippo, fortunately, doesn't have the means to just close this one out. Without the Labrynth cards, he doesn't deal damage outside of this Fenrir. So, as he picked up, he does finally pick up this big welcome, which he didn't use in the end phase. Didn't matter, I guess, because Ash is there to negate it. And yeah, just taking it slow once again, just pushing some damage, hopefully setting another trap. No,
wow,
so has not picked up a trap, which is brutal actually from Filippo. We're starting to clog up.
Discarded the Fuvalos.
And we see a...
What?
Fuvalos. But I think he
special summoned the ice, I guess.
Maybe. I think he activated the Fuvalos actually, just to play around other labyrinths, but like, I don't know. It didn't look as if he special ice, but I mean, might be the case. We'll figure it out. Either way, this is again a little bit troublesome. We do use this Fenrir, which is just you know, keeps on accumulating targets on his back. And this time around, though, Pietro has a way to push forward with this X.
And I think last set card from Filippo has been sitting there from the beginning, right? Because he never really used it, so... I'm not sure. If it's maybe not a Solemn Strike, but
could also be another Dogmatica, but yeah, very few cards in there. Okay, Exciton is sent to the grave.
so maybe Filippo drew into another copy of Lava Golem, or maybe we'll do Labrynth.
Yeah, there are very, very, very few non-trap cards left in deck. And now we see the Detonator. Yeah, as you can see, only showing how many cards he has.
I'm really not sure, honestly, what can be. What's the last set card from Filippo? Because he never really used it.
Pietro is counting. And yeah, we do see... Yeah, and it was the second Dogmatica, so... As expected, very few cards were there, and yeah, makes sense, since you already activated one previously. Just gonna change the Detonator to get rid of this Ferrier, which I think might be a mistake, actually. Because you know the Unicorn is in hand, and the Unicorn gives you birth into an easy, possibly OTK. So maybe without thinking twice about it, Pietro might have... yeah, made it hard on himself, but let's see. I mean, he still has a lot of cards in hand.
You think Filippo just wanted Pietro to use the other Detonator, right? And not activated the punishment before to get rid of both the sword and the axe, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering why the Detonator was not gone. And okay, here we see the one copy of Node. As you've mentioned, not played by everyone, but just means that he can summon another Detonator right away. And then play is back to Filippo, who is holding and top decks this extravagance. Which is gonna help him out quite a bit here. But an Ash Blossom to stop it. I mean, the Unicorn is there. Which is not really the best against the Detonator, but still you can use it depending on what's left in your extra deck. Okay, he does have the Typhon. So Typhon is, luckily for Filippo, still available. Has not banished all of them. And yeah, it's just... Option. Yeah, he's having a think, because the thing... I mean, if you use the effect to get Birth, then Birth just gets outed by the Detonator. So it only makes sense if you have yet another Kashtira in hand. And yeah, he does use it. And here is a big thing from Pietro. And he does allow it. So this is well spot by Filippo. Yeah, because I think here at least you get into a decent spot. You have drawn a lot of cards. Unfortunately not, thanks to the Ash, but the game state is very simplified. And yeah, I think he's just almost forced to go into this Typhon. But he activates the Birth. Wow. And he... Wow, yeah, that...
Maybe just when
That was interesting to me.
maybe prefer to activate the Unicorn rather than keeping the Birth, but honestly,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you're also risking it because you activate the Unicorn and Pietro, if you don't have another Kashtira, could have also chained the Detonator, then get rid of the Unicorn. But no, I think he is passed. Yeah. Play is back to Pietro. Unfortunate activation of this Birth. I'm not sure. Maybe, yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I was thinking maybe he thought Pietro was again gonna allow it, but I don't really see a universe in which that happens. And yeah, you can just now run it over. Yeah, now we are playing grind mode.
And here plays black to Pietro, who top deck a bonfire, and let's see if Filippo maybe drew into one of his Aruma cannon. That may help him out, but here, first of all, let's just see if Pietro can find his way to put some more pressure.
And yeah, this is already been almost 25 minutes in this game 1, and they have barely touched each other life points.
Here comes the Access Swell being special summoned. I think he entered battle phase.
Yeah, pushing quite some damage. And Filippo, unfortunately, mostly due to the multiple Ash Blossoms from Pietro, seems like he's now with his back against the wall, down to few life points, and in desperate needs of top decking an answer that might not even exist. The second Lava Golem could help, but yeah, that's probably why Pietro doesn't even commit to a summon. And there is only yet another face down from Filippo. Desperately trying to stay in this. And I don't know, I'm a little bit worried because he's playing a lot of solemn cards, so at what point do you recognize that, you know, going into time might be too risky? And here we see Fuvalos coming up as a level 4 you can use to make Dweller, which is quite funny.
Daruma? Oh, no, okay.
Okay, it's... are we sure? But yeah, exactly. Debating about this detonator, it doesn't feel obvious to me to use it. Because, I mean... there is still the big welcome in the grave.
Yeah.
So I think we should have at least chained the Dweller.
Yeah.
So this might be a bit of yeah. Failed recognition by Pietro, unfortunately. Because now the big welcoming grave from early on was live. And I think he also...
You forgot about the...
yeah, the Kashtira.
The planet, right? Because I think he crashed into it.
Wow, this is turning on his head real quick.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Because
right?
unfortunately, I think he just crashed and he forgot about the field spell. The second time this has happened today already. And Yeah, that's brutal. Wow. I mean, attack defense modifiers being extremely relevant here in 2025. Does he have anything that he can even do to stop this? Oof. Probably thought that the field spell only boosted Kashtiras. And, I mean, it's understandable, but no.
Or maybe, I don't know if he attacked or he just realized...
I'm pretty sure he did declare,
I think so.
but... I mean, maybe not. But I thought he did. He's also asking that he cannot probably target the, you know, the lady. So, yeah, he does.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Yeah, he does crash. He does crash and then the touches to stay. So yeah, I mean, unfortunate line here from Pietro, and
there's also the big welcome in the graveyard.
Yeah, the big welcome, which I'm not even sure Filippo remembers about. It has been 20, now almost 30 minutes. So maybe that's not the case. Let's see if Filippo chains to the Dweller, though.
I think, yeah,
no,
he might have forgotten.
I think he doesn't. Yeah. So I think Filippo as well forgot about this big welcome, maybe. But yeah, at the moment that is not the case, and we are gonna access our Fiendsmith once more. You can see Pietro really trying to play this as fast as possible. Yep. And there is a dimensional barrier that was hiding face down, to which, unless there is something chained, no, the lady is gonna then set anything. And again, this is going really badly for Pietro. Out of a sudden.
I wish Filippo was checking his graveyard.
Yeah, he should really check his graveyard. Then,
didn't for a second.
Now we can fully access a lot of those cards that have been a little bit shy in this match. Only now getting his hands on this Labrynth engine.
And not sure what he said, honestly, because I didn't quite catch it.
Yeah, and you can see Pietro has been shaking his head a bit, not really happy with this turn and himself. He felt as if, and we also did, he had complete control over this match, and now he is in panic mode. Because if he loses this one, then time is also running down, and there is a universe in which this could also
maybe only one game.
Yeah, just be a game one.
Because like from the way this game is going, I mean, I kind of see like this scenario being possible, especially because I think Pietro's left with few resources. Honestly, he has used a lot of them, and he's just trying to find a way to deal with this, but. With 3100 attack delay, the Labrynth here, it's more than an issue, and almost 10 minutes remaining.
And now in Memphis Chew still trying to continue, but
okay. There's the Dweller. Yeah. There's the Dweller.
Yeah, there is the Dweller. They do remember about it. I mean, at least Filippo knew about it. But yeah, good catch as the Dweller activate earlier in the turn. And so this sequence gets to resolve. Yeah, and here we see Desiree. And this might just be the end of this turn. After a lot, we are finally upgrading to this Agnum Day. Yep, and this is the just Fiendsmith combo. Which allows you to essentially set up this huge Desiree, which is both boosted and protected by sequence. Filippo rose, and at the moment, I think, yeah, it's an interesting spot because let me check. He's not really able to target, obviously, the Desiree. And he's yeah, just passed, I guess. Yeah, what a close game. I mean, once we advance through the tournament and we see players that are still undefeated, the level also, you know, tends to be higher. And you can see a lot of these close matches, but who could have predicted 35 minutes of game one still going? And still, that could end up either way.
The thing is that Pietro is left with not many options left and really needs to find a solution to this. One last card for Filippo and almost 9 minutes remaining, so very close game one. And
yeah, what a battle between these two.
Okay, drew the Druid's
Yeah,
Worm.
now we do draw one of the 3 bestials that we are maining. Again, another trend of this event. Which can be, I mean, probably not against this version. They are much better against the furniture version of Labrynth, but yeah. We are just going into defense mode. And this is where we are gonna use the big welcome to get rid of yet the last layer of protection for this Desiree.
Plus set card? Okay, no, not yet.
Yeah, you gotta be careful about just flipping it at the moment. Because it's the Daruma, but then you can just chain. Oh, unfortunately flipped the Metaltronis. And I have no idea what it just said because it was so fast. But
I think it was another, maybe, yeah, welcome Labrynth or something. I don't know. Someone find out. I mean, honestly...
yeah, this is now looking incredible for Filippo. I think the face down was quickly revealed to be the Metaltronis from Pietro. Yeah. And yeah, that doesn't really help him at the moment. Quick check of his graveyard, then after going down to 1500 life points and really being, you know, in a losing position for most of the match, Filippo, also thanks to some help from his opponent, find a way to crawl back and stay in this. And it's really true that unless you're down to your last life point, there is still hope in Yu-Gi-Oh! To make it.
Especially because I think if you're Pietro, you can also consider giving up on this game one at this point.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I can understand maybe tough, but time is a thing now, and I can't really see a universe in which Filippo loses this point.
Yeah, I guess there is the chance to just claim a draw. Because if time will be called in game 2 when Pietro goes first, he has access to Gaga Cowboy and maybe, but I mean, at the most that he could get in that case would be a draw, and that's not really ideal. But I guess that's a possibility. Because I mean, he's not winning this match.
Yeah.
The most he can hope for is a draw at this point, unless Filippo just turn it on his head and immediately concede game 2, which also could be a possibility to just try and somehow claim a victory. And yeah, this is what it is. What a game 1. We just witnessed 39 minutes of an incredible and tough battle, and now we are down to the ending. Again, there is a chance that this ends in a draw, but it will be close for sure. And spoiler, Filippo is siding 3 copies of Girlfriend, that is Ghost Sisters and Spooky Dogwood. So maybe that could also help him just catch this victory here.
And yeah, now the pressure is on Pietro for sure, because after this long game 1, honestly, I mean, he had a very good hand, very good start, but it was not enough. And I mean, at the end of the day, if we think about game 1, it's Filippo didn't do much at the very beginning. He was just using Defender over and over again, and I think it was at the end of the day paying off, because we've mentioned this a lot of time how powerful the Fasciani engine is, and yeah, for sure that planet on the field changed the entire game just because Pietro forgot about it, and that was what made the difference at the end of the day. So here I think we are almost with 5 minutes remaining on the time, and there's no way here. I mean, Pietro's not going first, and I mean, if there's a Spooky Dogwood, of course we will be seeing another game for sure. But I mean, once again, I think Filippo maybe doesn't even know how he won this game 1, because there was a point in which we thought it was over. It was almost over, and we are now witnessing a totally different match. As you mentioned, there can also be a universe in which Filippo picks up the card and says, not enough, let's just go to game 3.
Yeah, regardless, it's been quite a good show by both. And I think without further ado, they are done with their side decks. So let's see who will be the winner of round 3.
While shuffling, I saw Pietro siding in Solemn Judgment.
I mean, it's a strategy.
Yeah,
It is.
it is.
It is a possibility. Maybe he wins in 3 minutes. Let's see. After, fighting for 40 plus. First of all, Pietro opens up with this tract. Are we going to see this Spooky Dogwood from Filippo? Not quite at the moment. And you can see Pietro going super fast.
Especially because if there's a universe in which there's no damage being dealt.
Yeah, Filippo wins.
Yeah.
So it's obvious that Pietro is the one under pressure at the moment. Now that 3 minutes are gone, this pretty much means that, yeah, this can just end up in either a draw or a win for Filippo, and that's a lot of pressure gone. So he doesn't even have to worry all that much. But obviously, you still wanna claim that victory. And as we have mentioned, the main win condition at the moment for Pietro is that Gaga Cowboy, El Pistolero. Okay, going quite fast, but don't want to mess up. Goes for the sequence. Yep.
Yeah, something similar.
But he does not have access to the Ryzeals, unfortunately, so not quite able, and goes for an anti-spell fragrance, which is quite an interesting side deck option against Labrynth, but does work out against the, the pot and the planet, so obviously you want to open it up against other matchups.
Okay, set 5, set 6.
Wow, I'm actually surprised that, I mean, kudos to Filippo for his fair play, because he played this extremely fast. I mean, there wasn't much to think about, most likely, but I mean, with just 1 minute remaining, when you just win, it's not obvious that you would play as quickly as he did.
Yeah, it just picks up some cards and just says, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna set them all. So
Confident boost, I guess. This engraver is obviously alright, not able to activate Pact, and we see that Aruma,
another one.
we're gonna negate it. There is obviously no
There's
strike
another one
available, but there is
somewhere.
another one, and this might just be enough. And this is brutal because you also get rid of all the protection from Desiree. What a match. And now we see 3 face down, most likely spells, and we have a big welcome stopped by Ash, though. Wow. And the field spell is now flipped, which is really great news from Filippo. Down to the last 20 seconds remaining. It seems like it's just a matter of moments before Filippo can clutch this one out. There comes the Fenrir. And you can see... Oh, and the normal summon of Spooky Dogwood. Just to show that there was really no hope for Pietro all along. And I think they both know it's over. As time has been called, Filippo will win this one. Just 1-0. And he is the one who won this round 3. Wow. What did we just witnessed? Yeah, insane, absolutely insane match. We did mention at the start that, this Ryzeal Fiendsmith deck was perceived by many to be the best deck after having won YCS Rally. And unfortunately, it didn't shine that much in this match. Maybe it's due to Filippo and the way he built his deck. But yeah, I mean, that game 1 was just something else. 39 minutes of grinding.
I think if you are Filippo, honestly, you don't really know how you won the game, because there was a point in which we all thought that it may be over. And we mentioned this before. I mean, Defender alone got rid of I don't know how many cards, honestly. And we said that the Kashtira engine itself has been incredible over 2024, and I think it will have a huge impact as well in 2025 as well. And in game 2, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, game 2 is the usual when a game, especially game 1, drags for so long. If you have a deck that has some win condition in time, obviously that's the way that you at least can try and claim a draw, and you gotta feel a little bit bad for his opponent, because we saw a moment in game 1 where it was very controlling, where he didn't think about the boost from the Kashtira field spell, affecting also the Labrynth monsters, and that probably where the duel turns upside down. And then in game 2, he goes first, and he doesn't open any Ryzeal cards to try and push for that Gagaga Cowboy. And I mean, still, you gotta give credit to both, and we will wish them best of luck for the remainder of the round. Unfortunately, due to the round having, been quite long, we don't really have time for an interview with Filippo, because we don't want to keep you guys waiting too long to turn back into action. So instead, we're gonna thank you for being with us, and then we'll go on a short break, and we'll be back with round 4.